Japanese tire commercial. Japan is well known for their horror and their female ghosts. It's pretty much the Japanese coin for horror entertainment. This tire company used that to their advantage with this tire ad. One of the biggest points of advertising is to make your viewers remember your commercials, and there's no doubts the viewers won't forget this one for a very long time. The commercial begins on a snowy road in the middle of the night, looking through a dash cam of some sort. As the driver travels down the long road, a white figure can be seen in the distance. As the car approaches, it's clear that the figure is a woman. The car begins to back away as the driver is probably concerned about the ghostly figure in the middle of the road. But then all of a sudden, the woman jumps right onto her windshield in a perfectly executed jump scare. It can be supposed that she was a victim of a hit and run caused by faulty tires, but of course that's just speculation. Overall, this commercial is pretty terrifying, and again very unfair to unsuspecting viewers. Imagine this coming on in between a late night show and you're uncertain what you're looking at until a ghost pops right up and scares the ever-living shit out of you. Props to this company for making an unforgettable ad that was probably talked about for months on end though. Phones for You. This commercial was part of a Halloween-themed series for the phone company Phones for You, which isn't that scary in itself, but if you're watching TV late at night and you're unaware of the scary deals that are happening, you might be given a bit of a scare. This ad was published in 2011 during the series, and it features a woman alone in a parking garage, presumably after shopping at the mall. There's a quick shot of a very creepy little girl in a dirty white dress with long black hair and pale skin. The woman walking through the garage immediately feels a presence and begins running to her car. She manages to get into her car and the creepy little ghost pops up on her window and says hello in a very ghostly, echoing voice. She then proceeds to tell the woman about an amazing deal at Phones for You. Perhaps the scariest part of this commercial is the chilling voice the ghost has.
Hello, the Samsung Toco icon is only $59.95 on pay-as-you-go. Phones for You, missing our deals will haunt you.
Imagining this on TV in the middle of the night as someone is working on their laptop or trying to fall asleep is pretty terrifying. It's also a little unfair as the viewer probably wasn't expecting this during their favorite late night talk show. Other ads in the series feature a creepy old man chasing someone through the woods, and Bad Breath Kills. This commercial takes the idea of the Holocaust and dictator-controlled countries to advertise their mouthwash. It has gained plenty of backlash from viewers as it seems to make the light of very serious historical events. Politics aside though, this commercial is pretty terrifying simply for the way it depicts a dictatorship. A young man is pulled away by guards and led to a dark grey, rundown and damp chamber. It's very clear that this is a play on the gas chambers of the Holocaust that killed millions. This victim is apparently being sentenced to this gas chamber for his crimes of bad breath. As he is strapped into a seat that resembles an electric chair, the giant cement door is slammed and sealed as a small crowd watches in horror. The leader raises up a hand which signals for vents to be opened, and through these vents, mouths filled with greenish yellow teeth open wide and let out ghastly breath. The idea is that this prisoner is being tortured by horrible breath from several disgusting mouths. The depiction of gas chambers, the grotesque mouths, and the slow opera music playing over the scene makes this scene more like a historical reenactment of hell. As the scene ends, the message, "Bad breath kills, Frieza kills bad breath," comes on screen. Hashtag Pablo Shocker. In 2013, a British ad designed to be a PSA for drunk driving went totally viral. The 52-second long video features drunk bar-goers being scared sober by a surprise that jumps from the mirror. The men wash their hands or fix their hair at the sink, and according to those controlling the whole scheme, if they seem drunk enough, a fake woman's head crashes through the mirror, shattering it and leaving blood draining from her forehead. The victims of this message usually jump back or fall down in terror, and then move forward to examine exactly what they're seeing. A scare like this is likely to sober them up a bit, but the message behind the scare is more important than anything. The whole idea of this is to create the illusion that the woman is actually jumping through a car windshield as a drunk driver hit her. It presents a stark reality to those drinkers and makes them think twice before getting into their car drunk. Many drinkers know of the dangers of drunk driving, but having something this up front in your face has a much bigger impact than just those usual warnings we see in media. Not only did these drunk men probably realize they shouldn't be drinking behind the wheel, many viewers of this viral ad got the same idea when they saw how terrifying this image was. Despite the prop head being clearly fake, the jump of it and the blood trickling down is still pretty scarring, and it's unlikely to ever be forgotten. The short was produced by Leo Burnett for England's Department of Transport Think campaign. According to recent statistics, a person dies every 48 minutes due to drunk driving. That's about 30 deaths a day, and that's just in the US. Fragile childhood monsters. This commercial is another PSA aimed to alerting the masses of a very serious and life-threatening issue. The ad was created and published by Fragile Childhood, which is a foundation that was started in 1986. According to their website, Fragile Childhood has persistently sought new and efficient methods to secure a least troubled life for children suffering from their parents' substance abuse. This PSA is not only very touching and a perfect example of what this organization works towards, it's also quite terrifying. It's common for PSAs to be scary in a sense because their aim is to really shake the minds of its target audience. This particular PSA takes that shaking to a whole new level. It can be assumed that the target audience for this is parents suffering from substance abuse problems, but pretty much anyone unlucky enough to view this commercial is bound to be haunted by it. The ad begins with several children in different settings looking towards an unknown character in fear, anger, and disgust. At first, it is uncertain who these glances are aimed towards. One scene features a sad little girl fiddling with a milkshake and looking off into the distance. As the camera takes the scene from another angle, we see the character whom she is upset with, and it's a very large, terrifying rabbit. The puppet-like rabbit has bulging eyes, sharp protruding teeth, and wiry hair. The previous scenes of children walking or playing brings the audience to other terrifying monstrous creatures such as a pale hooded figure, a woman resembling a zombie with one eye hanging out of its socket, a bloody elderly clown, a decaying Santa Claus, and a man wearing a pantyhose mask. A message pops up reading, "How do our children see us when we've been drinking?" It becomes clear that these monsters are a child's personification of their parents' alcoholism. ad is sure to make any parent think twice, and may even urge non-parents to work with fragile childhood in their efforts to better the lives of children. These childhood-derived monsters are very unsettling, and they prey on fears of children which most viewers can relate to from their younger years. Knowing that these monsters are actually their parents is surely sad, but also adds another aura of horror.